Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Early Bird, your morning dose of biological sciences podcast news. I'm Nick.
I'm Luke.
I'm Carissa. We're your hosts today. Relationships can be tricky, and compatibility comes in different forms, such as similar interests and physical attractiveness. But would you ever consider hormone levels?
Today we'll be talking about a recent study done at the Max Planck Institute for Ornithology on great tits, which are common European songbirds.
To test their hypothesis that hormone levels and parenting behavior are linked, the researchers used two main research methods: behavioral observations and analysis of hormone levels in the blood.
The more similar the hormone levels are in a bird pair, the less likely the birds are to divorce or separate after breeding. That is, having similar hormone levels makes for a longer and more fruitful relationship. Here is a figure from the original research article that depicts this relationship.
The researchers also found that couples with similar hormone levels produce more offspring than those with greater differences in their hormone levels. Now, as we know, the social definition of fitness varies greatly from the biological definition.
That's right, Nick. Biological fitness is measured typically by two factors: viability and reproductive success. Viability is the ability of the species to live to reproductive age, and reproductive success is the ability of the species to produce as many offspring as possible who will live to a reproductive age. With great tits, sometimes the female may find another male to mate with if he is unable to provide her with enough offspring.
Oh no, does this hurt the male's fitness?
Absolutely. Offspring from a different male other than the female bird's main partner are called extra pair offspring. The main father loses paternity to the female's sexual partner and his fitness decreases.
Oh, it looks like we have our first caller.
Hi, I am Solji. I'm a university student working on a class project, and I just have a couple of questions. First of all, what exactly are hormones and what do they really do?
Hormones are chemicals made by the body that alter mood or behavior. The human body is constantly secreting or producing chemicals, but hormones specifically travel in the bloodstream to reach their target organ. Hormones help you digest food, express passionate feelings, grow, and so much more. Changes in the environment and in the body can change hormone levels. Basically, hormones help maintain homeostasis so the body is in balance.
Oh, great explanation. Thanks.
In this study, the Max Planck Institute researchers were specifically interested in corticosterone, a stress hormone in birds that is very similar to the stress hormone in humans, known as cortisol. Corticosterone is released in both males and females in response to stressful situations. High levels of this hormone can be damaging to the health of the offspring because it can affect the quality of parental care.
My second question is that recently, when I have been bird watching, I have noticed that both male and female birds were bringing food back to the nest and taking care of the young. Is this common?
You just described biparental pair. It is very common in birds, including great tits.
This study also shows that great tits with similar hormone levels work together more efficiently to feed their offspring, which allows for more frequent feedings as opposed to bird pairs with different hormone levels.
Now it all makes sense. Similar hormone levels in a bird couple makes for better parenting and a longer relationship. Thanks for answering my questions.
Thank you for calling in. We always love answering calls. Bird calls, that is.
Another early bird is ringing in. Hello there, what can we help with?
Hi, I've always been curious why it seems like some birds have more eggs than others.
You know, the number of offspring that birds have each season can depend on the specific species that you're looking at and bird size. For example, larger birds might invest all their energy into nurturing and raising one egg per season. In contrast, small birds can have overall numerous eggs in a single clutch.
That's right. Time of year, latitude, age of the female, food availability, and according to this study, differences in hormone levels can all affect clutch size. Here, take a look at this figure from the original research. As you can see in the graph from the study, the more similar the hormone levels of the parents during the breeding season, the higher the number of fledglings.
As we look at this figure, we can easily see that couples with more similar hormone levels will increase their fitness through two key ways. One, having more offspring together, and two, decreasing the likelihood that one of the mates will leave and have extra pair offspring.
In fact, a North Dakota State University professor of biology, Dr. Timothy Greaves, found that gray tits with healthy circadian cycles will wake up early and manage to sneak in matings with other females, thus increasing their own fitness by having more offspring.
Oh, thanks for the great explanations.
So the saying that the early bird gets the worm really does ring true. Oh, we're almost out of time. Let's quickly recap what we talked about today. Similar hormone levels in great tit songbirds make for longer relationships, better parenting, and more offspring. Researchers linked similar corticosterone levels in bird couples with frequent feeding of offspring, bigger clutch sizes, and longer relationships.
Just like stress in human couples can affect children and the parents' relationship, understanding the negative outcomes of corticosterone is useful for both the benefit of human and biological science.
Well, that is all we've got for today. Thank you for listening. We hope you tune in next week for a discussion on penguins and why they can't fly.